Mobutu Sese Seku, Congo's infamous despot and the rise and fall of a kleptocratic regime. In the annals of African despots, few names resonate with as much infamy as Mobutu Sese Seku, the man who ruled over Zaire, now the Democratic Republic of Congo, with an iron fist for over 3 decades, amassing a vast personal fortune while driving his country into economic ruin, has become a byword for the excesses and brutality of kleptocratic regimes. Born Joseph Désiré Mobutu in 1930 in the Belgian Congo, the man who would later style himself as the messenger of God on earth cut an unlikely figure for a future dictator. The son of a cook and a domestic worker, Mobutu's early life was marked by poverty and humble beginnings. It was not until he joined the Belgian colonial army in 1949 that his meteoric rise to power began. The path to power. Mobutu's military career coincided with the growing anti-colonial movement in the Congo, and he quickly aligned himself with the nationalist cause. In 1960, when the Congo gained independence from Belgium, Mobutu found himself at the center of a power struggle between the newly elected Prime Minister Patrice Lumumba and the pro-Western government of President Joseph Kasavubu. Seizing upon the chaos and instability that engulfed the young nation, Mobutu staged a military coup in 1965, ousting Kasavubu and consolidating his grip on power. It was at this point that he renamed himself Mobutu Sese Seku, a name that roughly translates to the all-powerful warrior who goes from conquest to conquest, leaving fire in his wake. The Reign of Terror. From the outset, Mobutu's reign was marked by a cult of personality and a ruthless suppression of dissent. He declared himself the father of the nation and proceeded to systematically dismantle any semblance of democracy or civil liberties. Political opponents were jailed, tortured, or simply disappeared, while Mobutu consolidated his control over all aspects of Zairean society. Throughout his 3-decade rule, Mobutu maintained a tight grip on power through a combination of brutal force and calculated patronage. He stoked ethnic tensions and pitted various groups against one another, ensuring that no unified opposition could emerge to challenge his authority. At the same time, he cultivated a vast network of loyal elites, showering them with wealth and privileges in exchange for their unwavering support. The cult of Mobutu. Central to Mobutu's rule was the creation of a personality cult that verged on the messianic. He styled himself as a divine leader, a messiah sent to guide the Zairean people to greatness. Portraits and statues of Mobutu adorned every public space, and his every utterance was treated as sacred gospel. To reinforce his aura of invincibility, Mobutu surrounded himself with an elaborate security apparatus, including a personal militia known as the Special Presidential Division. This elite force, loyal only to Mobutu, was responsible for countless human rights abuses and acted as the enforcers of the regime's brutal policies. The plunder of a nation. While Mobutu reveled in his cult of personality, the Zairean economy spiraled into a free fall. The country's vast mineral wealth and natural resources were pillaged by Mobutu and his cronies, who siphoned off billions of dollars into their personal coffers. Under Mobutu's misrule, Zaire's infrastructure crumbled, public services collapsed, and poverty became endemic. The once prosperous nation, blessed with abundant natural riches, became a byword for economic mismanagement and kleptocracy. Mobutu's personal fortune, amassed through corruption and embezzlement, was estimated to be in the billions of dollars. He maintained a lavish lifestyle, indulging in a taste for luxury that knew no bounds. From his opulent palace in Badolite, where he kept a harem of young women and a private zoo stocked with exotic animals, to his vast collection of designer suits and luxury cars, Mobutu's excesses were legendary. The fall of the leopard. By the late 1990s, Mobutu's grip on power was slipping. Years of economic mismanagement and political repression had fueled widespread resentment and unrest. The country's infrastructure was in tatters, and the once loyal military had become demoralized and underpaid. In 1997, a rebel coalition led by Laurent Kabila and backed by neighboring countries swept across the country, capitalizing on the growing discontent with Mobutu's rule. Facing imminent defeat, Mobutu fled into exile in Morocco, where he died in 1999, a disgraced and reviled figure. The legacy of a despot. Mobutu's legacy is one of destruction and tragedy. His three-decade reign left Zaire, renamed the Democratic Republic of Congo in 1997, in ruins, its people impoverished and its institutions decimated. The wealth and resources that should have propelled the nation to prosperity were squandered on the vanities and excesses of a man consumed by greed and lust for power. Yet, Mobutu's story is more than just a cautionary tale of a despot's greed. It is a testament to the corrosive effects of unchecked power and the dangers of allowing a personality cult to take root. Mobutu's reign stands as a stark reminder of the fragility of democracy and the importance of institutions that can hold leaders accountable. In the years since Mobutu's fall, the Democratic Republic of Congo has struggled to rebuild and heal the wounds of his kleptocratic regime. The scars of his rule run deep, and the path to stability and prosperity remains fraught with challenges. But for the Congolese people, the memory of Mobutu serves as a potent reminder of the perils of allowing absolute power to corrupt absolutely.